Marauders, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be installing Outback Motortek crash bars on my 2026 KTM 390 Adventure R. By the way, video coming soon, if not before this video, will be my first ride for you to see on my 2026 BMW R1300 RT. So that's in the next bay over. Let's show you these crash bars. So there's two crash bars on each side of the bike. Some bolts have to be removed. This is a cross piece between the two crash bars. These are the fine hardware. They give you really quality hardware with the kit, including this bolt. Let's give you a look at where this goes. Nice match on the paint, isn't it? A little worried about, so we're actually taking the engine mount bolts out. I have a jack underneath. I'll swing you around to this side. So I have it on, I have spools on the rear swing arm. So it's on a bike jack. Then I have an ATV lift or jack underneath the engine, just supporting it. And I need to back out these two engine bolts on each side up here, and also that long engine bolt at the bottom. Marauders, please consider subscribing to my channel, liking the video and sharing it with a friend. It's free, I'm telling you it's free. And it's how we keep score, and I greatly appreciate it. All right, I've been waiting for these crash bars. Let's go. Okay, I'm wearing a Harley shirt, working on a KTM. Someone's gonna be upset. I think these bolts, I'm taking out these top two engine mount bolts that hold this crossbar in. Hopefully nothing will move. Not very tight. They give you nuts to put behind these in the kit, the hardware, but there is no nut behind this. It is threaded. So that I was really worried about doing that. And they do have a little Loctite on them. So these were very easy to take out. And Outback Motortek does have a video installing these, and not to bash them like most install videos, it's very brief. In my opinion, doesn't show you everything you have to do. So these two bolts are out at the top, and then I have to remove this bottom nut on this long bolt. Might need someone to hold it on the other side from spinning. Well, looks like I didn't have to do that. Okay, so it's out on this side. The nut is out. 16 millimeter nut is out on this side. I have to do the same process on the other side. I'm not going to show you, but then I have to beat that bolt out. And you know what? I think I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to leave the pin in. So I have my ball peen hammer, and this punch looks like it's a perfect size. And it's moving nicely. Oh, this punch is the perfect size. Mama! Okay, let's show you on the other side. Well, I shouldn't criticize Outback Motortek's video because this is going extremely low. Well, okay, let's do the other side. It is crazy amazing. Okay. So those of you who work out know you work out and work out like crazy. I'm living at my physical therapist's office. They are amazing. Amazing. I have a great physical therapist. Shout out to Amanda, yeah, my physical therapist. So this bolt, I can't believe this piece doesn't fall out. So this long bolt, she wants to come out, but I'm gonna hold off on taking it out. I'm gonna get my other bolt assembly ready to be put in. This is a long bolt that gets put in. Let's pull this long bolt out, which is there spacers that are gonna fall out? Yep, and there is one end spacer that fell out. So this is the long bolt that's pulled out. This is the long bolt that gets put back in. Sorry for my tech, and I have to put the spacer in there too, plus another spacer. I'm gonna put these two spacers on the upper mounts in these little pockets. Hopefully you can see that. So they're in their pockets. I have to use this longer spacer with the long bolt, and it's gonna go behind the crash bar. Crash bar, long bolt. I have to put that long spacer in behind it. And then this was the OEM spacer that was between the mount and the engine. So let's get this in. I gotta tuck the spacer. Okay, I got the spacer lined up. And this is why I put a mat over my garage drain. Okay, so I have the long bolt in with one spacer. Open, I knocked the pin out. Upper crash bar, at least loosely tightened. I got one, we got one tightened. Okay, nice looking crash bar, isn't it? And I do have Loctite on these bolts, not on the long one. I can do that from the other side. Let's put this other spacer back in. Let's see how we look on the other side. But this is, I'll show you the assembly here. This was a spacer that I had to put in, that lost OEM spacer. That's the spacer they give you because I'm not using yet their belly pan. There's just 2 spacers behind there and the bolts are threaded. I may tap that with a hammer to get it to set. So I'm gonna try just to tap this bolt. Let me try wiggling it first. That's not working. Let me just try tapping it. Little persuader. She's looking good. Okay, this is a nut and washer for the other side. Let's get over on the other side. This is really going well. Okay, I'm gonna put these spacers, try to get them in here. Hopefully they won't fall out this time. You can see the long bolt sticking out, and I'm gonna put the big spacer on that. And let's just put the washer and nut on that loosely. It's a nylock nut. Big, I did put a little Loctite on. A lot of people think with, and I have Loctite on these bolts, when you have a nylock nut, if that's the right term, that you don't need Loctite. I don't know, I usually put it on. Bought these at Harbor Freight, and they're really nice. Okay, so I have this longer bolt for the upper engine mount threaded. One of them done, I got one more to do. Then we'll jump to the cross brace. Boy, this Allen driver really helped. Okay, so these are snugged up. Guys, this is the hardest part, and we're rocking and rolling. Okay, now these are the shorter bolts that hold the cross brace in. I'll give you a look at doing that from this side. Isn't it nice looking? Come on, that's really nice looking. Paint match is incredible, really good on the paint match. Now, if you've been watching the channel, you know I don't hang on to certain things, certain pieces of equipment I have for very long. Aside from tractors and excavators and track loaders, I really like this bike, and I'm really debating. I have 2 other things to get on this bike, so I put Loctite on. I have 2 other things that I've ordered from Outback Motortek. I have their rear rack, and I have their side soft luggage, rackless luggage, frames that go on it, bags to go on this, and I don't want, it has no muffler up high, which is great. Don't want the bags getting hit, any chance of them getting hit by the rear tire or debris from the tire, so I want to hold them out a little bit. So that's going to be my next product going on the bike from Outback Motortek. So this is the crossbar that's going to go on the bike, and we'll get one nut started. It goes on the inside of this piece with a washer and a nylon nut. I do have Loctite on these. Did you guys ever see the movie National? I've never seen the movie with National Velvet with Elizabeth Taylor and Mickey Rooney, and I watched it for the first time with my wife. What a great movie. You don't, probably a lot of people don't know our age or even younger. Mickey Rooney, well, see how nice that is? Okay, Mickey Rooney was a superstar. He was like the Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Tom Cruise of his generation. He did over 300 films, married 8 times, I think. He was really an amazing actor. Started off as vaudeville as a child. God, I love this bike. I'm gonna tell you, I've traded my KTM 500 EXCF for this bike. The throttle was just so sensitive. That's basically a race bike that you can ride on the street in dirt, especially after the tune. This throttle, a lot of people say you have to wind this bike up to get in the power band, which you do. I like that the throttle is less sensitive. We'll see if that bites me riding it off-road. Okay, let's put these on the other side. I'm not gonna show it, and I'll maybe show you when I'm starting to tighten all these up randomly. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I have on that long bolt, I have a boxed end wrench on the other side, so I can go across the bike and hold it. And that seemed to work. So boxed end on the bolt side, and then obviously my ratchet. Let's give you a walk around. Wanted Outback Motortek products for this bike. I have the rackless rack for the back of the bike and a middle rack for the bike. High quality product, very high quality. Probably the easiest, seriously, the easiest accessory install. Talk about engineering something and then producing a product that the tolerances are as per it was engineered, where it fits on the motorcycle with even some adjustments for gap. And their installation video was excellent. If you want to go to their website and see it, I think mine's a little more detailed in some ways, but it went on extremely well. Let's look at this cross piece. Favored moving this back and up the cross piece when I was tightening it, because this lower inner fender was brushing on it when it wasn't tight, and now I probably have a little less than a 1/4 inch of clearance between that muffler and the cross brace. And in doing that, I didn't initially, I had the gaps here. They give you, these are slotted on both sides of the crash bar. I had it in the middle of that slot, and then when I saw that it was touching that inner fender on the front wheel, I pulled them all the way back to move this as far away as I could. And maybe they've thought of that. That's why they do it. I'm sure there's a little bit, all these motorcycles are built a little differently. And this bike is built, I believe, in India. And I'm fine with the quality, although I should probably go through on any motorcycle and check general bolt tightness. Remember, I did have my ATV jack under this to support the engine to make sure nothing moved. And that was a big help. Again, you want just enough to support it. You don't want to jack it up. My KTM stand that I got for my EXCF 500 and the spools that I got from Hebler's Sales and Service. Thank you, Hebler's, Mike, for getting these in. The right thread spool for the back, the swing arm on this bike. It was really nice putting this on the rack, and I will do that when I add the other components to it. Let's answer a question, quick question. Why do you put crash bars on a bike? Because more than, and I am going to try to put my EXCF hand guards on this. When it falls, won't it hit the hand guard, especially the aluminum hand guards I have from my other bike? Won't it hit those? Yes, it will, but I want to try to protect the side panels on the bike. These cost, this plastic side panel on this motorcycle, I believe is $500 per side. And it is on some of KTM's other bike. I think the 890 is similar. The Norden might be more than $500, Expedition or the standard Norden. I like to put crash bars on bikes, especially because I'm running this off-road. My goal is to ride this on off-road, double track, single track. I don't think I'm going to be doing any BDRs. I just don't have the time in this stage of my life to take off and do that. But I will, I will be attempting to ride this off-road, and I have some friends that are interested in riding with me. Wow, this was an easy video. Highly recommend it. 390 Adventure R 2026. I'm sure it's the same product for the 2025. Went on very easily. High quality hardware, the bolts. This is steel, lightweight steel, thin wall steel. I believe it is powder coated. It feels like it's powder coated. Maybe it's painted. They did a great job matching the paint on the bike, if you can see it with the frame. And I'm really happy I got this on. Watch some of their videos online. That's it, Marauders. Thank you for coming back to the channel. Please subscribe to my channel, comment. I love your comments. Ride safe and in peace. I hope to see you on the trail. I love this bike. Man, does that come on? I'm debating getting Dork in the Road. Is it Cyclop lights? I got to call them this week to see. I might put Cyclop lights on this bike and show you the full wiring on it. I think I tie everything in when I remove this panel, which is easy to do. And I have my navigation unit set up. We're gonna take that bike out. I gotta cut a video on that bike. BMW R1300 RT. See if we get that off-road. Great motorcycle. That's it, Marauders. Have a great day. Gosh, does that look nice, guys? Does that look, what a great product. Look at the clearances. You have a good amount of clearances. It's strong. Certainly could take the weight of my 1300 BMW GS. Certainly could handle that weight. Very, very strong.